I'm Ann Wanstel, and today on The World in Your Kitchen, we're going to go Greek. And with me is my friend Mario Geo. Hello, Mario.
Hello, Ann. How are you?
I'm fine. What are you going to do for us today?
We're going to cook moussaka.
Moussaka?
Moussaka or moussaka or even moussaka if you like. It's
one of these dialect things, is it?
Yeah, well, whatever the people like, but the moussaka is a Greek dish.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lovely meal, and I promise you, you're going to enjoy it.
Am I going to serve it with French fried potatoes?
French fried potatoes? Fried potatoes? Why French? They could be Greek potatoes.
All right, Greek fried potatoes. I think these are nearly done, so I'll just get them out here.
Right.
These are just raw potatoes fried, are they, Mario?
Right. We fry them first, and like we fried the eggplant.
What's this paper? You're draining off some of the oil or something underneath the plate?
Well, yes, this paper, you see, it's so much oil, and it absorbs the oil from the eggplant.
And this is necessary, otherwise I suppose it gets sort of too much oil.
Too much oil, although some Greeks like oil, you know, but after being here in Canada for a while, you get used to not so oily.
Your taste change.
Yes.
All right, what happens
Very good.
next?
We get rid of this, and we go ahead with our mixture of minced meat and chopped onions. I put the oil. Will you chop an onion for me?
All right.
About a medium-sized onion.
Will this onion be all right for you?
Will be just fine.
All right. Do you like it chopped finely, Mario?
Finely, please. And we also...
Put that on for you a bit there.
No, we could use the oil from the frying pan, of course, but it doesn't matter. Today we'll be a little extravagant because the secret of cooking is never waste.
Never waste. All right, I'll remember that.
And here is our parsley. I chop a little parsley.
That's a strange kind of parsley you've got there. It's Italian parsley.
Italian. Well, it could be Greek. Why not? I bet it was grown in Canada. Why Italian?
Well, you're growing in Canada now.
Yeah, I guess we have to give every variety a name, and in most cases we give them a name of nationality, I suppose, because it's mostly. But Greeks only use this kind of parsley.
Yes.
Believe me. Yes.
Do you find it has more flavor, Mario? Is this why you use it?
It certainly has. Yes. It has.
It has. I don't think you just discovered it, did you?
Yeah. No.
You chop that up. What have you got there? You're a terrible man for measurements. How much oil did you put in? How much parsley? I bet you won't know what, will you?
I never measure anything. It's just that I use my imagination. I mean, that's what gives me a little satisfaction for cooking.
I see.
You see this oil? And then parsley to to give it a good taste, as we said.
Tablespoons,
one onion,
chopped.
and then we use mushrooms too.
Yes.
In Greece, they probably don't always, because there aren't many mushrooms in Greece.
Does this all go in together, incidentally? Can I put it all on the same board, or are we separating things?
Yes, no, we can do the same.
All right, well, I was just thinking I'd shift... Oh, sorry, Mary. Pierce you with a knife.
Yeah, well,
a handy woman with a knife, you see.
That's cooking, yes.
Well, you've known me long enough to know that I can use a knife. No, I gather I need to do this. You put the whole garlic in front of me, and you want...
A little bit of garlic. I make it to 1 or 2.
1 or 2?
1 or 2.
Well, that's quite a large one. 1?
Well, 1.
1, all right.
I don't like it too much. Nothing is... It's not good when anything is too much. It's not good, you know?
You want the flavors to blend rather than one predominate over another.
That is correct.
All right. And just chop finely, do?
All right.
Okay.
Very good.
And I suppose there's not any point in asking you how many mushrooms you used. You just
no, again, you put as many mushrooms as you have, or whatever you want to put in. It depends on the amount of moussaka you make, too, you know, for how many people.
How many are you making it for?
Well, today I'm going to make it for you and
just
myself.
You and I?
Yes, that's right.
All right. There you are, Mario. There's your garlic and your onion.
Put the onions first to brown a little, you know, not too even to brown, just to absorb a little bit of oil. Excellent. Very good.
All right. Is that high enough? Maybe I should put it even a little higher.
Yes,
I think so. Beginning?
I think so. And that's 1.
All right. That's enough onion for you, is it?
Oh, yes, it's plenty.
Plenty?
Plenty onion, yeah.
Does this recipe vary according to families at all?
Well, not according to families, perhaps according to
Region?
the areas, region in Greece. You know, some people cook it this way or that way.
Yes.
But this is the most common way, I would say. And as you see, we use tomato. Some people don't use tomato, but it's nicer with tomato. And
meat
also,
do you
as I
use?
said about the mushrooms, I want to emphasize, you
Yes.
see, in Greece, there are no mushrooms sold in the market. Where one has to go and pick them from the
Aren't
field.
any sold in the market?
Wild mushrooms, you see. Probably now they started to do that with so many tourists going to Greece now. Big hotels, they provide that too. And they have steaks with mushrooms.
Are they the same mushrooms that we see here?
Yes.
Are they?
Yes.
You don't have
Well,
many
not the wild
varieties?
ones. The wild ones are sometimes very
Yes.
big, you know.
Don't poison yourselves by going out on a Sunday gathering
Sometimes,
mushrooms.
yes, that's right. Okay, we are almost ready for this.
Can I put it in?
You say yes.
All right. Mushrooms and parsley are away.
And we mix it.
Let me have a look at that, Mario. Really got a mixture in there now, haven't you?
Mushrooms, onions. You see the onion, eh?
Yes.
It always gives such a beautiful flavor.
Gives it gives a nice start to it.
there is no cooking without onion, I think. It's always,
Very little, that's certain.
oh, now we have put the garlic.
What meat are we putting in?
We're putting beef.
Is this usual? I've always heard a moussaka is lamb.
Not always moussaka. Greeks, perhaps, like lamb. But
What
not,
are you?
well, I like lamb too. But I feel always that mincing lamb,
Yes.
it's waste.
Because lamb is
It's
too good to
so,
waste.
yes,
You
it's
don't
too
mind
good.
wasting beef.
It's true. Well, no, I don't mean that, but, well, it's one way. So we put the beef now in the...
How much have you got there, Mario?
We have 1 pound for today.
It told me a measurement.
Yes, we have 1 pound.
And this
It
is...
looks like a little bit more than one, doesn't it? But I don't think my butcher gave me more than I asked, do you?
Well, if he did, he probably charged you for it anyway. But this is ordinary ground beef, but I hope you're not just using plain hamburger, right? Because you get a lot of grease out of it.
It's a real good mincemeat, good beef from a good part of beef, and I always see before it's been grounded. I always see what,
You make the man do it for you
Yes,
so that you know
yes.
what you're getting, do you?
well, not always, when I have the time to go myself. you know.
Oh, it's beginning to look good. Certainly beginning to smell good.
Yes, well, after it browns a little, you know, we shall put the tomato,
You're going to use canned...
canned tomatoes.
Yes. Would you drain it first or put it in as it is?
Well, I'm going to put it in as it is. And then we cook it very slowly
Yes.
until all the excess water evaporates.
Supposing you wanted to make a quick recipe, I know it would hurt the flavor, I'm sure you're going to say this, but
Yes.
could I drain it first to sort of get rid of the liquid? But I'd have to be in a hurry.
Well, I suppose you could, but I never suggest that because
No?
I like cooking to be slow.
Yes.
Cooking is, it's...
Something you sit and watch like you watch the laundromat.
One has to love cooking to cook. And if you love cooking,
You
how
can wait.
can you be in a hurry? Eh? You have to have time to enjoy it.
Well, this is true. Now here, you've got about 2 cups. I suppose that's about a 19-ounce can, the small can of tomatoes, is it?
Yes, a small can of
Yeah,
tomatoes.
it'd be about a 19-ounce can, I think.
And I think we can put it in right now. It could be a little
We'll
brown.
let it get a little browner. We've got time, I think, to see what's happening in there. It's
How
browning
about
nicely,
salt
actually.
and pepper?
Salt and pepper, yes. Let me just have a
Well,
look what's
I
going
have
on
the
in
salt
here.
here. Where is it? Here it is.
Is it possible for you to give me a measurement on your salt and pepper? No.
Not the salt. Not the salt.
You just put in a little and I suppose you test it
Try
to
and
see what
put
happens.
salt as so that it's not salty. And if you need salt later on, you can always add some salt when you serve it.
Okay.
It's difficult to take it out. It's so
Yes,
easy to add.
this is true.
And I'll put some pepper.
You use
Very
the
good.
freshly ground, you prefer it?
Yes.
Better flavor.
Yes, that's right. But if I didn't have that and I used the other pepper, I don't feel I'm committing a crime. I think still moussaka will be just as tasty.
This seems to be browning reasonably well now. It's always difficult gauging the temperatures in other people's stove tops, isn't it? That's what's happening to them.
Yes.
Then these tomatoes go in, and are there any other procedures that you have to take with this?
Well,
So you let it simmer. Do we do anything with it? Do we cover it? Or?
We let it simmer. No, we don't cover it because of the excess water to evaporate. But don't worry, we don't have to wait that long. I have prepared already.
You've got insurance sitting
I got
back.
insurance that this has been cooked slowly. The excess water has gone, and we have exactly the amount of moisture in to so that we can proceed with making the moussaka.
Well, let's
But
finish this
put-
one off.
let's
Are
put
you
the-
ready for this now?
Yes, I am.
All right, there you go. In goes our 19-ounce
There we-
can. I can pin you down sometimes, Mario, to a few measurements. Difficult. All right?
Yes, it's fine.
Well, there really is liquid around there, isn't there?
It's
Quite a lot.
fine. Only I spilled a little bit. That's very usual for me.
Oh, you should have asked me for an apron, you see.
Yes.
Got you dressed before you got in the kitchen.
Uh,
So that's how it starts off before it goes cooking on further.
Yes.
Everything is now
see,
simmering.
you see
down.
how much water there is now.
Yes.
Well, this has to cook almost about 3/4 of an hour, maybe 1 hour, a half hour. You know, very slow. It all
Yes.
depends how slow. And after it mellows, it will become exactly. Excuse me. It will become exactly like this.
Instant switch.
When yes, yes. And we will
Oh,
go
it's really thick
ahead.
now, isn't it? Let me have a look at
Yes.
that. It's really, really
Nice,
thick
yeah,
there.
yeah. Ah,
Ah, all right.
I think you will like it.
Yes?
So
What
now
happens next?
we proceed with put the
whole thing
potatoes
together, do we?
and the whole thing together, and we make our layers. And I'll show you how we
All
do
right.
that.
I'll clear working space
We
for you
have to
here, and off
get
you go.
This is the pan we
Is
will
that a good
use.
pan to use, Mario? Or?
Well, this is for the two of us. It could be a little bigger. I use this for.
These are sort of
this is,
Canadian
it has to be.
appetites.
Yeah. Well, it has to be deep because you
Yes.
will see we put a lot of things.
Uh-huh.
And yes.
You want these?
Keep an eye on
I'll
that.
keep an eye on that for you, and off you go. You will need your
Right.
eggplant.
No, first of all, we need the potatoes.
All right.
We need the potatoes, and we'll put them in. You see, in underneath, and we make a little platform of potatoes. Is that the right word?
Well, this is
I
good
don't
as
know.
any.
I don't know. Well, this is a layer. And they will all get, and now we will bring that. We can remove that now.
Want
I
this
don't
off?
think we need that.
All right. What do you want me to do now?
And now, do you want to help me do that?
All right. Keep an eye on this at the same time. What do you want me to help you do?
we pour this over the
Some of
potatoes.
this over there?
Over the potatoes.
All of it?
Well, yes, why not?
Oh, I
This
see.
is the
I'm
main-
sorry. I didn't realize all of it was going.
Yes. Yeah. Well, first of all, let's see how much we will need.
Need more?
Yes, yes.
Want a good layer of it here?
That's right. Right.
All right.
We just spread it like this. See, that's potato,
some
there
potatoes
is
in
the
there.
mincemeat and the whole mixture.
Let me just have another look at that, Mary. I didn't quite see it when you held it up.
Yeah.
I see there's the potatoes, and then our meat mixture there.
Right.
All right. Now we
Now we put the layer of can I have this?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Now we put the eggplant. We fried a few more eggplants than we need, but it's
Well, we could
always...
make two moussakas, you know.
There you are.
This was just cutting little sort of slices, about 1/4 of an inch, and then
Slice
frying.
about 1/4 of an inch.
Do you worry about your oil that you use for
See,
frying?
and
You use vegetable oil,
I
I notice. It
use
doesn't matter much? Or?
vegetable oil for cooking, for salads or anything, you know, as a raw oil. I always use olive oil.
I see.
Especially when it's olive oil that my mother-in-law sent me from Greece.
She sends you care parcels from Greece, does she? Look
Yes,
after you.
yes, that's a part of my dowry.
Oh, I see.
What did I tell you about the eggplant? It's got to be nice and firm.
All right,
You
well,
know,
we'll have to watch that when we
yes.
go shopping, and because I
Yeah.
realize that sometimes these things get a little tired looking, don't they?
So now comes the time for the cream.
All right, well, I've been doing this. You had it ready-made
I
here.
had it ready-made,
So I've just warmed it up a little
and
for you.
it's actually cream made with milk
There you are.
and flour,
In other words, it's a cream sauce, really, isn't it?
cream sauce. We add eggs, about 3 eggs I put in,
To thicken it a little and give
yes,
it
and
flavor.
butter to thicken it, and
All
cheese.
right.
Now the cheese I didn't put in. Would you help me with the cheese?
All right, how much cheese would you like?
I tell you what.
Tell me when. All right.
That's how
one,
many.
1 tablespoon? 2 tablespoons?
Oh, that's enough. That's enough. Because we put some on top too.
Oh, want me to
Good,
pour it
eh?
over the top?
Yeah, when it's ready. Is it ready? Yes. Well,
Is it ready?
Be sure it's ready.
I'll be sure it's ready.
Very good.
Never worked with a crazy
Yes.
Greek in the kitchen before.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
This is really.
I think it's going to be hot, Mary. Maybe you better put it down for a minute. I
Yes.
think this sauce is
Oh,
going to
oh,
be
wait a
hot.
minute. Wait a
What?
minute. Yes. Okay. Put
All
it
right,
here.
there we are.
Right. Slowly, nicely, let
Slowly.
it settle.
Uh-huh. Is that all right?
Very beautiful.
Do you want me to scrape it out, or do you think we're all right? I think you've got just about all we've got there anyway. haven't
Well, if I were at my home, I would.
you? You'd have more?
Give me some more cheese and put on top.
You put your own cheese on
Okay,
top,
fine.
or else I'll be wrong, I
No,
know.
no, 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 no. No, no, no. This
I
will
worked
make
with you
it
too
nice.
long, Mario, not to know these things.
I like cooking, really. I do. It gives me great pleasure because I like eating. And this is the
So you have to know how to cook.
yes.
Now this goes in the oven?
This goes in the oven, and we are just about ready to take it to the oven.
All right, I think the oven temperature is set at about 300. Is that all right for you?
300, it might take about 45 minutes to about an hour.
All right.
We must not push it, you know.
All
It
right.
has to cook always very nicely.
Oh,
So
we won't
we
push
won't
it.
put it in the oven,
Fine.
and
Mario, can we get all the ingredients for this moussaka in Toronto? We have any problems?
we certainly can. Toronto is so cosmopolitan now that it's full of Greek shops everywhere.
Oh, is that a Greek shop? It must be. The words on it.
That's all Greek to you?
It is all Greek to me, thank you.
Certainly, yes. That's
Fish, you say?
ichthyopolin. That
Oh, I
means
see. Very, very
they
plain.
sell fish there.
Uh-huh.
I just stopped. I didn't buy anything. We are in that's products from Greece, imported from
Yes.
Greece.
Would I be able to shop there? Would people
Hey,
understand
that's me. That's me. Eh?
Oh, yes. Well,
I'm
you're
going-
all right. You
yeah,
can understand.
I'm going shopping. I do go shopping. I like
Yes.
shopping.
And you're being very fussy over your eggplant, I see.
I certainly am
Oh,
fussy
look at
about
that.
anything.
Why don't you
Yes.
cut it in half and see if it suits you? There's something you stopped for there. I don't know what that
yes.
is. Obviously pleased with whatever you got.
Yeah.
That feta cheese.
Feta cheese. You know, feta is made with goat's milk.
Uh-huh.
Sheep's milk.
It can be made with sheep's milk, can it?
Yes.
There's your beef.
Right. Now,
Chosen your cut.
see, I go to the St. Lawrence market, you know, very often. That's where I was, and I got my
Why do
meat,
you like
and
the
then
St.
I
Lawrence?
asked him, "The St. Lawrence, it reminds me of home. That's a real bazaar. I
Yes.
see, I can hear the Greeks shouting, you know, cucumbers, the best.
There's olives the best.
Vegetable marrows, or the zucchini, how do you call it?
Yes.
Here, the best.
Are these pastries?
This is pastry shop, and there are all kinds of sweets like galactopureko, kateifi, baklava.
It's still Greek to me, Mario.
It's Greek to you, and it's Greek to me too, believe me. And it's Greek for about 65,000 Greeks in Ontario, is it?
That's good.
And it's so good that all these things are provided, and
What are you doing checking out here?
I'm checking out, and I wouldn't be surprised you will see me trying to have a bargain.
You mean you don't accept the cashier's verdict on this?
Well, I always try. So if I didn't try, they would misunderstand me. They would think I'm not Greek anymore.
You must have had a good bargain, Mario. Look at you sitting there.
Yes, that's...
You're happy with your day's shopping?
I like to go to and have a Greek coffee at the Greek cafe. There are so many along Bloor Street, Danforth Street.
Obviously a social event.
And later on, we're joined by other people who sit there. And, you know, Greek coffee must be over a Greek conversation. We enjoy it better.
And do the murals help?
The murals, of course they help. They give you such an impression that after you're walking on Bloor Street and you are really in Canada, it gives you an impression you really are in Greece and you're enjoying your...
So you feel happy until you come out. Mario, something is smelling awfully good in the oven.
Oh, yes. And I forgot to tell you, I had prepared moussaka and it's ready. We don't have to wait for all that time. We're going...
Would you like an oven cloth before you get burned?
Yes, please. That's... we get... There is no cook who doesn't get burned.
No, well, this is very true, of course.
But this is moussaka ready
Doesn't
to
that
take
look
to the table,
marvelous?
and I am sure that you like it.
It looks perfect.
I mean, you mean it.
I mean it.
And you're a good girl. I always thought that people who are afraid here to try something different, they're always afraid to try something different. And I think first they must try it.
All right.
And then to decide and make up their minds.
We will
whether-
try it. But let me put it on the counter for one second. I just wanted to ask you, Mario, what is all this? Is this something to do with our dessert?
This is for our galactobureko. That's a sweet. You can call it a milk pie, if you like. It's with layers of thin pastry, and there inside we make some kind of a custard, we could call it.
Yes.
Like a custard. I will tell you all about it later.
Marvelous. Let's go into the dining room.
Okay.
No, Mario, this looks also marvelous. How do you begin a meal like this?
I begin a meal, first of all, with the taramosalata.
Taramosalata. What's that?
It's fish eggs. It's what we call a Greek caviar.
Greek caviar.
And you see it's decorated with Greek olive oils. Olives, I beg your pardon.
They're the
Parsley.
whole black olives.
Whole black olives.
And parsley.
And did you see an olive like this before? This is beautiful.
Well, does this go with the taramosalata?
My mother-in-law said it. Yes, well, it's an appetizer, you know.
Yes.
You can have olive
And why
oil.
the lemons on the table?
Lemons, there's a lot of lemon in the taramosalata. But if
Yes.
you want to add more, so much the better for you to have lemons on the table, eh? There is no Greek table without lemons, believe me.
There isn't?
We use a lot of lemon.
Yes. And the green onions, of course, are there.
Green onions, an appetizer. And we spread the taramosalata on bread. It's called...
This would be your starting course, would it?
Right. It's mixed with mashed potatoes and onions and a lot of olive oil, again.
It's quite a mixture, isn't
Yes,
it? And
yes.
this is carpro, I think, isn't it? The taramosalata has in it. Is that right?
Yes.
You say Greek
yes,
caviar?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And the moussaka looks as though it's come out very well indeed.
The moussaka, well, yes, I believe it has come very well indeed, and I hope it tastes as good as it looks.
Is it always cut in separate pieces like this?
Yes, well, we cut into portions. Well, this is good a portion for an average person. I always take two anyway. That's why I cut them a little smaller than it should be cut. Because I eat two anyway, if it's bigger.
This is ordinary salad, really, is it?
Well, it's ordinary salad. We have a little bit of garlic inside.
Yes.
We have, I think the only difference is that we use oregano in our salad.
Your
Olives and cucumbers and celery and green onions again. Or if there are no green onions, we use the ordinary onion.
And what about this oil you were putting on the
Well,
salad?
the salad needs good oil, and this oil, especially, I have it because as I said, my mother-in-law sent it to me. God bless her. And I always keep a good stock at home of Greek olives and
Yes.
Greek olive oil.
And does she send it to you in a bottle?
Yes, in a big can, actually. This can, about 2 gallons every
Yes.
time. About
Isn't
2
that
gallons.
marvellous? And what are we having for dessert after this?
Well, we are having galactoboureko.
I beg your pardon?
Is it all Greek to you again?
Yes, it's all Greek to me again.
Well, it is a milk pie.
Say it again.
Galactoboureko.
I'm not even going to
Gala
attempt
is
it, Mario.
milk.
Yes.
Anyway, this is another very Greek dessert, and it's custard actually inside. We have made with semolina. You know semolina?
Yes.
Semolina, milk, eggs, and
Is that
a little
some
bit
kind
of
of
vanilla.
pastry?
Well, it's some kind of a pastry.
Yes, it looks on
Well,
the
that-
top here as though there's a little bit of pastry there.
Yes, it's
Is it?
thin sheets of pastry.
Is this the phyllo?
Phyllo, correct, and you know it's so
I'm
much.
getting to learn
yes,
these things.
This is phyllo. You can buy it, you know, ready-made. You don't. A housewife doesn't have to make it at
It's
home.
very thin sheets of
Very,
pastry.
very like a cigarette paper.
Would you attempt to make it yourself, or is it better to buy it?
I think it's better. It's a lot
Yes.
of headache to make it.
Is it?
Yes. I don't think, as a matter of fact, I could make it, or any housewife could make it professionally. I mean, made. They can buy it outside. It's better.
And would you drink retsina with a meal like this?
Yes, Retsina is like...
Yeah, I know some Greek
yes,
wines too.
Greeks could drink Retsina with a meal or without a meal.
I understand you usually eat and...
Yes,
when
we
you
like to
drink.
have always a little bit of mezze,
Yes, a
as
little
we
bit
call
of
it.
something
and
to...
a little bit of mezze.
Oh, you know, I could talk to you forever about your food. It's really marvelous. And thank you so much for showing us so much today.
Well, I thank you too, Anne.